So welcome to TechnoDadLife, where we build, learn, and create as a community. And on today's episode, we're going to be installing Homeassistant, which is a home automation server. So you can display what all your devices are doing and where all your people are located. And so today's question of the day is, how do you plan on using Homeassistant? And you can leave what you're planning on doing down below in the comments. And as always, if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe. And here we go now. Okay, so let's get started installing Homeassistant. So first we want to go to Docker, then type in Homeassistant. And so we're going to click on the first one here, Homeassistant. And we're going to click the info button so the info page comes up. And then we're going to click Start. Once that's done, click Close. And then we're going to click on Homeassistant and click Run Image. So we're going to call this Homeassistant. And restart policy always. We're going to leave that in bridge mode. Here you can see there's no port option, so we have to add that down below. So next we're going to add in time zone. Hit the plus sign. Next we're going to go down to container path, hit our slash and config. And so now we're going to go to our network and go to our shared files. Okay, so we're going to go to our app data folder. And so we're going to add in a Homeassistant folder. And you can close that. And we're going to go to host path, shared files, app data, add that Homeassistant folder and click OK. And now down at the bottom here, we're going to type in -p space 8123:8123. And so what that is going to do is set our port for Homeassistant on 8123, and that's how we're going to access it. And then we're going to click Save, and then give that a moment to run up because it's sort of a big program. Then when you're ready, you can copy your IP address, open a new tab, and paste that here, and then :8123. And then when you hit enter, you'll be taken to this page, the Homeassistant login page. So we're going to create an account here. And so our name will be TechnoDadLife. And we have to create a password. And then create accounts. And then you actually have to sign in again. And then click next. Now you're into configuring Homeassistant. So we'll just take a look at some of the things that you're able to do here. So if you click on the highlighted blue areas, it takes you to the Homeassistant web page, and it will show you how to do different things there. That one was for configuring components, and you can see lots of different things here. Troubleshooting, and then getting help. And so it takes you where you can go to the forums, the Discord chat server. So let's dismiss this. And so Homeassistant you can use for just about anything. So anything electronic or digital, it will keep track of, even people. And so if you can see over here, there's a map function. Once we set that up, it will actually track people and show where you are on the map here. But I'll just show you an example from Google here. And so on here, you can see there's a map and there's the different people on it, shows their house and work and different things like that. Next, let's go through the different things here. So right now, none of these are going to really show anything because we just installed it, log, history. But let's go to configuration because there are some things here to make our life easier. And so the first one here is Homeassistant Cloud. And if we click on that and we learn more about that, you can see that basically Homeassistant Cloud is a sort of a proxy service. So it makes it very easy to control your Homeassistant with apps and actually use things like Alexa with that. And so you can do that without this. This is only $5 a month. The first looks like 31 days are free. If we go over here and look at the Alexa, you can use that, and you can see it requires setting up Let's Encrypt and Duck DNS. Only these directions are not for the Docker. These are for the Raspberry Pi version, so it would take someone configuring out how to configure this so it would work with a Docker. I couldn't find any Docker version of these directions. If we go back, a few other things here. We can integrate different things, so some things work out of the box, some things don't. Manage users. If we change any configurations, there's where to validate them. Customization, so this is changing the look and feel of your Home Assistant. And again, Home Assistant is basically, you can change everything about it, much more than we can show in just a short video here. But there are volumes of information on the Home Assistant forums and different blogs. Automation is where you would put in automation scripts to configure different things or run different things. And then we have scripts. Then over here we have different things like services. This will show stats, events, templates, and then finally just the Home Assistant information. And again, since Home Assistant was originally designed for the Raspberry Pi, some things work, some things don't out of the box. It will take some exploration to make sure they do work. And so today's question of the day is, how are you planning to use Home Assistant? And put that down in the comments below. And if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.